Gentlemen, let me pose a candid question. Have you ever wished you could feel that surge of energy, that reliable firmness, that steady stamina you remember from younger years, without leaning on a prescription bottle? You're far from alone. For many men in their 50s and beyond, intimacy begins to feel different. The desire is still there, the care is still there, but the body doesn't always respond on cue. That mismatch can be discouraging. Now imagine something simpler. A natural drink you can have about 30 minutes before intimacy. One that supports blood flow, lifts energy, and sharpens responsiveness, without the side effects of medication. And yes, there's real physiology behind it. Stay with me, because I'm going to explain exactly what the drink is, why it works, how to make it, and how to use it wisely. After 50, the body changes in ways that aren't always loud or dramatic. It doesn't send you a flashing alert that the internal settings have shifted. It does it quietly. Perhaps your post-workout recovery feels slower than it used to. Maybe that effortless focus you once took for granted now comes and goes in waves. And if we're being honest, performance may feel less predictable than it once did. Here's the part many men miss. These differences often have less to do with getting old as a blanket explanation, and more to do with the state of your circulation, your hormone signaling, and your cell-level energy production. Consider testosterone, the hormone that fuels drive, steadies mood, and supports strength. It does trend downward with age, but lifestyle pushes the curve. Chronic stress, uneven sleep, nutrient-poor eating, and low activity can accelerate that slide by years. Equally crucial is vascular health. The inner lining of your arteries, the endothelium, can become less responsive over time. When intimacy begins, you need vessels that relax and open quickly so blood can surge where it's needed. If the open signal is weak, the flow underperforms, like trying to water a garden through a hose with a kink in it. Stack on modern stressors: poor sleep, blood pressure issues, insulin resistance, a diet that's lost its bite, and of course performance shifts. It would be surprising if it didn't, but the core drive usually remains. The spark is still there. It's the delivery system that needs a tune-up. That's where today's drink comes in. It's simple, it's natural, and it cooperates with the biology you already have rather than trying to overpower it. The formula: fresh beetroot juice with a squeeze of fresh lemon. Not glamorous, perhaps, but impressively effective. Beets are unusually rich in natural nitrates, which your body converts into nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is the messenger that tells your blood vessels to relax and widen, improving flow throughout the body. Without adequate nitric oxide, even a strong heart can't deliver the rapid, targeted circulation required for reliable firmness. With ample nitric oxide, vessels dilate more readily, oxygen delivery improves, and endurance climbs, not just in the bedroom but in any physical effort. The lemon isn't just there for taste. Its vitamin C helps protect nitric oxide from degrading too quickly, extending its usefulness in your system. The partnership is elegant. Beet nitrates raise the raw material for nitric oxide. Lemon's vitamin C helps that signal last long enough to matter. Timing is essential. Drink too early or too late and you miss the sweet spot. Blood nitrate levels, and thus nitric oxide availability, tend to peak roughly 30 to 45 minutes after ingestion. That means if you expect intimacy later in the evening, aim to sip the beet-lemon blend about half an hour beforehand. Think of it the way an athlete primes his physiology before an event. You're creating favorable conditions so your body can do what it's built to do, naturally and safely. The feedback men report once they adopt this ritual is striking. Yes, firmness is better and more dependable, but they also notice broader shifts: more energy, steadier focus, and less mental static about whether their body will cooperate. That happens because nitric oxide doesn't work in one tiny corner of your physiology. It enhances circulation everywhere: brain, heart, muscles. Better cerebral blood flow supports clarity. Efficient cardiovascular response helps you breathe more comfortably and feel more settled. The nervous system seems calmer, yet more engaged. It's less like flipping a single switch, and more like updating the whole operating system. There's another quiet benefit. When men stop worrying about whether their body will respond, their mind opens back up to connection. Presence returns. They can pay attention to their partner, enjoy the moment, and drop the performance script. Often that alone transforms the experience. It's a vivid reminder that great intimacy isn't just mechanics, it's confidence, attention, and ease. Preparation is refreshingly straightforward. You don't need exotic powders or pricey supplements. Take one fresh medium beet, peel it, then juice it to capture that deep red liquid rich in nitrates. No juicer? A blender works. Chop the beet, add a splash of water, blend smooth, then strain through a fine sieve or cheesecloth. Immediately squeeze in the juice of half a fresh lemon, avoid bottled juice, and stir. Drink it right away. Freshness matters. The active compounds that support nitric oxide are time-sensitive. Letting the juice sit for hours reduces its impact before it ever reaches your bloodstream. If you'd like to amplify the circulatory nudge, add a thin slice of fresh ginger before blending. Ginger's natural warmth supports blood flow and gives a clean, energizing lift. Keep the recipe simple. Resist adding sugar or syrups. Those work against vascular health. Let the beet's earthiness and the lemon's brightness carry the flavor. Your palate adapts quickly. A few safety notes. If you have naturally low blood pressure, take ED medications or use certain cardiac drugs. Talk with your physician before trying this. Beet juice can meaningfully support vasodilation and may amplify medication effects. Don't be alarmed if your urine or stool turns pinkish or red afterward. Bacteria is harmless and temporary. If you have a history of kidney stones, particularly oxalate stones, be mindful. Beets contain oxalates. That doesn't force a ban, but it does call for moderation and a quick conversation with your clinician to personalize the plan. While the beet lemon drink can serve as a timely pre-intimacy boost, deeper change comes from consistency. Supporting nitric oxide pathways a few times each week helps your vessels become more responsive as a baseline, not just for a specific evening. Aim for 2 to 3 servings weekly. Pair that with fundamentals, a nutrient-dense diet emphasizing vegetables, quality protein, and healthy fats, regular cardio to train your endothelium, strength work to maintain insulin sensitivity and testosterone, and simple pelvic floor training to improve control and sensation. Give it weeks and months, not days, and you'll notice a shift toward spontaneity. You won't have to plan so precisely because your body's default setting is more responsive. I've worked with men who quietly dreaded intimacy because uncertainty had crept in. The worry itself became part of the problem. Anticipatory anxiety can sabotage the very response you're hoping for. But small, steady changes, better circulation, better sleep, better food, start compounding. Performance improves, yes, but so do energy, mood, and confidence across the board. They feel more vital at work, more engaged at home, more at ease socially. Sexual health is never only about sex. It's a mirror for overall vitality. Let's talk practicality and expectations. This drink is not a miracle. It won't override a lifestyle that chronically undermines vascular and hormonal health. But it is a potent, natural tool that stacks the deck in your favor. Used thoughtfully, timed about half an hour before intimacy, it can help create the physiological conditions for better blood flow and steadier energy. Used regularly, it supports the very systems that underpin performance. If taste is a concern at first, start with a smaller portion, say the juice of half a medium beet, and build up as you acclimate. Some men like to chill the juice briefly or add an extra splash of lemon to brighten it. Keep the serving reasonable. More is not necessarily better, especially if you're monitoring blood pressure. And remember, intimacy is a whole-body event. Hydration, stress, sleep, and the state of your nervous system matter. A short walk earlier in the day, some diaphragmatic breathing in the afternoon, and a lighter dinner can all enhance the effect of your pre-intimacy routine. One last mindset shift can be powerful. Stop thinking of yourself as a passenger to age. You're a collaborator with your biology. when you give your body the signals it understands, movement that improves endothelial health, foods that reduce inflammation, nutrients that support nitric oxide and hormones, it responds. Sometimes the changes are subtle at first. A little more steadiness here, a little less worry there. Then momentum builds. You feel more capable, more present, more in tune with your partner and yourself. Aging does not equal losing your edge. It means learning how your system now thrives and meeting it where it is. A freshly made glass of beetroot juice with lemon isn't a flashy fix. It's a smart one. It works with your physiology, not against it, and it respects the fact that intimacy is as much about presence and confidence as it is about blood flow. Try it. Notice how your body feels in the half hour that follows. Lighter, clearer, more responsive. Then notice how the experience changes when you're not preoccupied with, will it work, but instead are grounded in, I'm ready. In the end, that's the real promise here. Not just performing better, but enjoying intimacy more. More connection, more energy, more ease. A simple drink, timed well, aligned with a few wise habits, can help you write that next chapter with strength and assurance.